You're going to like what they do. I recover treatment centers all around the West. If you're off the wagon more than you're on it, might be time to ask for help. irecover.ca. There is a way out. Thank you, John Nesbitt and your crew. On the 3-barrel, Ron Morris Law, the first and only Aboriginal-owned national law firm.
Another beautiful night here in High River, folks.
Achieve justice and reconciliation on the 3.
The Rocky Mountains off in the distance.
Solutions, a professional tech company.
The rain's holding off.
Medivet Pharmaceuticals, ensuring honeybee health.
And it's race
Here
time.
comes Bob Van Eaton, a young man who's been chasing the dream for nearly 30 years in a career that started as a bull rider. He's driven everything you can hook to a wagon. Bob Van Eaton last night in 12th spot. Back on our tour after a few years over in the CPCA. He's joined by Curtis Morin. More of the Morin family in town as Curtis Scarface Morin rolls to that 3-barrel. With Ron Morris Law, 17th in the show last night for the former Turtleford, Saskatchewan Chuck Wagon champion in his tour with the CPCA. And Mike Vegan, Grand Prairie's Little Grizzly, brings us Dynamic Industrial Solutions to that number 2 barrel. Mike, a career that goes back 30 years in the wagon box, was the first ever 4-time outriding champion of the world, starting back in 1975. Here comes Cowboy John Walters. 2 grays, 2 bays, his favorite hook, and John and Bonnie joined our tour about 9 years ago. Last year's World Reserve champion. I call him Cowboy John Walters because he made a living in the rodeo business as an all-around hand. Bronc rider, steer wrestling champion as well. Medivet Pharmaceutical. John wound up in number 3 spot just last night. Tonight, John Walters Outriders, Ryan McNeil and Chance Fladd. Mike Vegan with Rory Jarvis and Ethan Matawillo. Curtis Morin with the world champ Casey Knight.
Here comes Bobby.
Bob Van Eaton with Quake Tournier and Brendan Nolan. Here comes Bob Van Eaton. His daddy Don Van Eaton, the fine wagon driver from days gone by. iRecover.ca on 4-barrel. Curtis Morin, Ron Morris Law holding court on 3. Mike Vegan goes to 2-barrel with John Walters and Medivet Pharmaceuticals on 1. Heat 5 about to come alive. Quiet on the set. There's the horn and the charge is underway. John Walters quick on the number 1 barrel. Medivet Pharmaceuticals left turn with the grays, and here comes Mike Vegan alongside, wheel to wheel, as they bang a little steel into the turn, southbound and down with Curtis Morin in hot pursuit. Bob Van Eaton in stall mode at the top of his number 4 barrel. Going to line him out, make a left turn, and get out of town before it's too late as we round that second turn on a burn in a 2-wagon race. John Walters, Medivet Pharmaceuticals tight along that rail, and the Little Grizzly, Mike Vegan, charging around the outside of him, eases ahead now with Dynamical Industrial Solutions by a horse length, and in behind them, Curtis Morin, stalking them with every stride. Ron Morris Law, he's looking things over into that 3rd turn as Mike Vegan overtakes the lead on the outside of John Walters only by a horse length, and now here's where the rail advantage should pay off. Cowboy John Walters, Medivet Pharmaceuticals, inside of Mike Vegan with Curtis Morin approaching from the rear, and Mike Vegan opens him up a notch for the home stretch drive, southbound and down. The louder you cheer, the quicker you'll get here, and Mike Vegan opens him up a notch or 2. He's going to clear the finish line. A wagon length ahead of second place runner Curtis Morin, and nose ahead of John Walters and Medivet at the wire in a well-driven heat number 4.
Well, ladies and gentlemen,
pulled up in that second turn, and he's headed back to the barn. That's a wrap on heat number 5 as we
they can't win them all, but it's another beautiful night at the races.
105 for all the best hits.
Remember, folks, when it comes to recovery and addiction, there is a way out, and it's iRecover Treatment Centers at iRecover.ca.
Let's check out our
Remember, everybody, tomorrow morning we're going to be doing an interview with Bobby and some of the barn hands, 11 a.m. live stream. Check us out. Don't forget, you can send in your questions during the feed, and we'll shoot them off to them and get you some answers. Check us out tomorrow, 11 a.m. We'll see you tomorrow. iRecover.ca.